What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Alpha Official and your boy
Weed Planet, as you say.
And if you're new to our channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my new videos. And like this video, people, and share this video and comment, people. So we are doing the real Conjuring story today, people. You know what I'm saying?
Reacting to it.
Yes, we are the reaction to it. You understand? And more you comment if you read or not, people. You understand me?
Because we want to know too.
We want to know. You understand me? I say? But so, no further ado, make you get in a video, please, people.
Yeah.
Ready? Punch it.
The main story, the actual true story that's not like the movies, is 100% way scarier. We're gonna tell you what we know about that right now because we did some research.
This was called the Arnold Estate. It was a farmhouse. The same family grew up here. Generations came here, died,
Since 1680.
Now, fast forward to the 1900s, the Perrin family, who we're going to reference often, bought this house. And when they got the keys from the previous owner, the owner literally was like, yo, keep the lights on at night. Like, it gets scary. By the time that they moved out, the Perrin family describe it as a horror.
You're mad, brother, no time.
I left the right place. Said place me left it.
I left the right place, bossy. But you're not a Jamaican. Actually, people are white people, and that's why. We're in a video.
Secretly disguised as a farmhouse. But the main haunt to the Perrin family was based on Bathsheba Sherman. Bathsheba was a witch in all these movies, and a lot of people think she's not real. She is a real person.
She lived at one point. It was in the 1800s.
She lived right down the street. Like, she was their neighbor. Now, obviously, there's rumors as to if she is a actual witch or not, but 3 of her kids never made it to age 7. Bathsheba Sherman was watching me babysitting this child, and in her presence, a child died. The child died from convulsions. That was all because there was a puncture wound on the back of this child's head.
Like a little sewing needle.
Obviously, everyone broke out and was like, oh god, this Bathsheba girl is a murderer. She went to trial, but she got acquitted. But the entire town ended up hating her. They're like, what the heck?
Similar to kind of the Lizzie Borden case. You notice that?
The 2 most famous ghost hunters in the world, Ed and Lorraine Warren, came here to investigate. And this is their most famous case ever. So think about that. The 2 most famous ghost hunters in the world.
They basically started paranormal investigating, actually. Like, we should, thank them for our YouTube channel right now because they are the original OG investigators. Like, Lorraine had a psychic medium power.
They came here because of all the crazy hauntings. They were saying there's horrible things happening, beds shaking, like shadow figures. Movies don't give it justice for how insane this house has been with hauntings. Ed and Lorraine Warren came here to this room right here, the seance room. They got Carolyn Perrin. She had been having a lot of struggles, a lot of things. She thought that she was possessed. They ended up doing a full-on exorcism in this room. While they were doing this exorcism, she ended up getting a ton of scratch marks, bruises, speaking tongues, and then
levitating.
She was levitated and thrown all the way across. The parents got so fed up with that because they're so scared of what is happening to the wife that they kicked Ed and Lorraine out.
He even went as far to punch him in the face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
So overall, Ed and Lorraine Warren said that this house is haunted by a malevolent spirit, and they think that it was Bathsheba Sherman, who at the time was considered.
Ever watch Conjuring? The Conjuring is a movie. You have whole heap to it. You have an Insidious. Then the movie they base off a real story. So if you don't know Conjuring story, you go check them out. Doesn't mean check out the movie, Conjuring movie. You understand me? I say wicked movie then, but this is base a real thing. As me I say, I host them there, them say them there. So make us see what I go and see them.
Why? Because the mom, Carolyn, also experienced little tiny puncture wounds in her legs that were the size of a sewing needle, which is what was rumored that Bathsheba used to kill that baby.
Corey said is not only Bathsheba Sherman haunts this place, but there is also a male malevolent spirit.
I think the scariest part is that Ed and Lorraine, they weren't paranormal investigators, they were demonologists.
Oh, yeah.
There's a huge difference, guys. This place, it might not be spirits here.
Let's go catch some demons.
Yes,
I mean, ghosts.
Yes, man.
Okay, this isn't the real Annabelle doll, just so you guys know.
Oh,
Could you imagine?
Oh my
It's
god.
not the real one. It's just something somebody made for us.
That's what
But that is horrifying.
That is-
Yeah, just casual like devil thing right there. What's up?
This room was actually what they call the baking room.
Whoa, that's sick.
So when the parents lived here, this was actually their living room.
Oh shit. Okay.
Basement door. This door started opening a lot on its own. When this door started opening on its own, they said like the paranormal activity increased on this floor. So they made this into the family room because nobody was in here by themselves. This room right here, if you want to open this door and present yourself, this is usually where that guy hangs out.
Do you have people report a lot of children here?
Yes.
There's children back there too.
Yeah. They usually they're more prevalent upstairs.
Yeah.
You know, but you'll hear them skittering and running around and stuff. They will talk out loud sometimes.
They're like behind the door. They keep peeking.
Yeah, peeking around the corner.
What? Oh my god. You guys are like agreeing on this?
You're dead on, which is awesome. What are you feeling? Go for it. Yeah.
There's 2 children in here. One of them is so shy, and the other one is like, come chase me, you know, like come after me. So that's why I was like, should I go after them? And that's why I was trying to like get back here, but that one that's so shy just walked up the stairs, and the one that's like, come with me is going back here.
Huh. Wow. Now this is the oldest part of the house.
This was like a really happy place in the home when they lived here. I love it in here.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Now, if you notice, you're probably feeling happy because of all this stuff that's hanging up. It all wears off you. Frankincense, myrrh, sleigh bells, and stuff like that. And that's why a lot of people just use this room as a command center, if you will, because they feel fine in this room.
With like the reaching out and like talking to spirits, is there any like rules you don't want us to like break, or can we reach out and like?
Oh,
is anything
absolutely.
Here? Okay.
No, absolutely. Be respectful. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people have the inkling that, you know, just if nothing's happening, be like, hey, you know, just thumping their chest. And it's like, dude, you might get something, but it's not going to be what you want. You provoke something in here, and it gets pissed off. You guys leave, and I'm like, well, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, these are steep stairs.
Yeah, these are really steep.
Oh my god.
So that's why we signed the waiver.
Wow, I just hit my head.
Not as much activity in this room as the middle bedroom. The middle bedroom is where like all hell breaks loose usually.
What does that mean?
It's the most active. If you read in the book House of Darkness, House of Light that Andrea wrote, her sister Cindy, she got tormented the worst by the spirits. The bed would levitate. She'd get scratched. She'd get pulled out of bed. On one occasion, the bed was levitating, and she was told there were 7 dead soldiers buried in the wall. This is horsehair plaster. You ain't gonna put a body in there unless you put it in a blender, pour it in.
So that's kind of gruesome.
After we purchased the house, Roger Perrin came here and he said, I feel if you look on the back wall, there's actually a retaining wall out back. He's like, look back there, because it didn't have to be inside the house. So what we did was we brought ground penetrating radar and did the entire grounds, including the basement. And over here, see the green markers outside?
Yeah.
So we came up with anomalies down there. 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep. So like 6 feet deep.
Caskets.
Exactly. Anyways, fast forward to the fall time, we were doing our live stream with Nick Groff.
6 feet deep. Grave are 6 feet deep.
Yeah, man.
Nick got all excited and he was like, we got to get another ground radar team here to look into it and just focus on that area. And they did, and they came up with 5 grave shafts.
What?
So bodies in the backyard.
Yes. Right next to the wall.
So she was right, just randomly.
Yeah.
Oh my
Not
god.
That is crazy.
The King Philip's War was huge around here, 1674 to 1676. Per capita, the bloodiest war that was ever fought on American soil. And it was just that immense bloodshed stigmatized this ground. So that's what you're dealing with.
So not only the scary spirits in here, but also just the bloodshed of war. Dude, that looks like...
That looks like a little boy handprint. And she just said she saw a little kid up here.
So I was just telling him when I came in here, I hated in here.
That's what I was saying. We're
This
walking
room
over
is
here.
horrible.
Freaks me out.
I
She
grew
was just horrified to go in here too.
Yeah, I didn't want to walk in.
I
here.
grew up in a very dark home, and this reminds me a lot of that place.
Yeah.
Like I can't breathe.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a
I like-
it's stuffy.
This is the room that we get the most activity. This room and the room down right below it. These are the 2 most active rooms.
To this day?
Yes.
Oh wow.
This is where we get a lot of shadow figures. If you can, lay down on the bed, let your eyes get used to the dark, you'll actually see these shadow figures start to form.
They're in here now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Who? The little kids?
Yes. I was looking at them stand on the bed right before you said that. A little further back is where I was seeing them. What is this?
That's a cat ball. Something taps it or something like that, it'll go off. That whole, I feel like I'm being watched, the hair stands up, yeah, stuff like that. That's actually your sixth sense. Cavemen had it because they used to get hunted. We don't get hunted anymore, so you don't, see?
Oh my god.
No, as you just said,
Here's
look at
bumps.
my
No, you just hear
all
that.
of my hairs went
Oh
out.
my god.
Do you guys hear whistling in here all the time?
We have.
That's not, it like literally was like,
This is the birthing room.
Birthing room. Oh.
Yeah, just watch your head if you go in there.
I read about this.
The reason they had their kids in there is because right here was a fireplace, so it would stay warm in the wintertime.
Oh, gotcha. Dude, how are you feeling? You good? Because I'm actually scared. I mean, I get scared sometimes with these places, but this is like a whole nother level of uncomfortable. What?
what are you doing? Yeah, what are you playing?
I'm playing in the sand.
Why is it so blurry over there? Like that chair is completely blurry.
Is that the shadow behind it?
It's a shadow.
Yeah, it's probably.
It looks so crazy. It looks like there's a blur effect. It looks like there's a blur effect. This room, like, I don't love it, but I can breathe in it. That room,
Yeah.
I felt like somebody was, like, I couldn't expand my lungs to breathe. Like,
Yeah,
my
I also
ribcage
felt sick
wouldn't
in there
open.
too.
This room's not nearly as bad, but
Yeah.
when I, do you hear that?
What was that?
Did you hear the knocking?
I thought that was just their footsteps. Did
No,
you?
It was over here.
Really?
Exactly, yeah, that's over here in this bed, that's where I said that I was seeing people. It feels like a man, but I can't tell if it's a man or if it's a woman, but it's just a shadow figure, like, you know how people describe that?
Yeah.
But I can always tell what they are when I'm, like, with shadow figures.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
this one's just like watching us.
Oh god, okay.
You serious?
What are you guys hearing down here?
Wow.
It just said, "Hey Sam."
What? No, well,
That came from behind,
it did.
over here.
It sounded like a man almost.
Yeah.
Like it was
So you're saying a man's voice just says, "Hey Sam."
Yeah, it just said, "Hey Sam."
Fuck.
It projected from
Yeah,
down
but it
here.
was like,
It was like, "Hey Sam."
it whispered, but it was so loud when it said it. Like, does that make sense almost? Do you hear that? I feel sick.
Really?
Actually?
Yeah.
Now this is the area that you'll get a lot of activity.
This
That's
is where someone died. That's back here, huh?
Chatbot.
yes.
Wow.
What?
That's insane.
My camera won't focus at all.
Is it because you got all this stuff here though?
It's everywhere down here.
Oh my god, just completely out of focus.
Everywhere.
You just keep snake skin right there? Oh my god.
It's rattlesnake
You didn't
season.
put that there, that snake skin?
No.
Oh!
Okay, see, I'm scared of
Don't
that more
touch
than
my
anything
back.
else here. I didn't touch your back.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm like, can't focus right now. We're sleeping in a haunted house with snakes.
You have serpents. A lot of people associate that with like,
The devil, right?
yeah.
Do you ever use prayer to like help fight against the demons? or-
No, I did help with an exorcism one time and
Were they trying to, like, hurt people? Like, or...
No. What I noticed was physical changes in the person. I didn't know this, but like say Sam and Kobe are doing a Ouija board session and they don't close the session out properly and something actually comes through. If it is an inhuman spirit, demonic, what have you, it can jump between the two. So it can be on him. If he's getting help for it, it can just leave and go to him. I wasn't aware of that.
Okay.
So
Past
I walked
demons.
into it not knowing it. It was a boyfriend-girlfriend kind of thing. He was a geek. She was a very attractive young lady. And he made a deal with something. And he's like, you know, you can have my soul as long as, you know, she'll stay with me. But I was sitting with the girlfriend. All of a sudden, she started reacting to it. Like her feet started swelling up. She had scratches and bruising appearing. Her eyes were rolling back.
What?
Like
You
her mom's
witnessed
like
this?
looking at it. Yeah, her mom was sitting there with me. I'm like, I didn't know what to expect.
Is this considered the seance room?
No, seance room actually, sorry, we walked right through it. So this is the seance room. Warrens performed the seance October 30th of 1973. It went bad and Carolyn Perrin was the one that paid the ultimate price. What happened was the Warrens showed up along with a priest, another psychic, and performed the seance. Obviously the conduit is supposed to be the psychic that's conjuring up whatever it is. And instead of it attaching to the psychic, It jumped to Carolyn Parent. She started speaking in tongue, writhing around, and all this and that. It culminated with her getting thrown into the next room. She hit with so much force, they didn't know whether she was alive or dead. Wow. Roger Parent got up to check on her. Ed got in between them and said, "You can't touch her. She's possessed. You become possessed." And he ended up punching Ed in the face.
Oh.
And they kicked the Warrens out.
So is that the last time the Warrens were welcome?
Comment below if you think this real or not. Cause there are people are, if they are real actor, they are real actor. I like me I tell.
I don't lie.
I don't lie. If they act good, but
People have serious guts.
if you do them sit here.
Say them a come in my place and say them a go sleep too. But I'm out there like flash.
Yo, we could roll the video, man.
From here?
Yep.
People reported a woman in a nightgown here, a white nightgown.
Yep.
Just saw her.
What?
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Yep, asthmatic.
Ow.
Now, you said a nightgown?
It was not maybe
like
not a
just
nightgown,
white.
it's a dress. Yeah, like a white dress.
Wavy dress?
A little flowy at the end. It had nice little lace. Like it was a nice dress. It had a collar that came up to here. She had like darker hair.
See, no, we couldn't make that out. All I know was it was white.
Yeah.
And it moved so fast. It was outside. This thing went across the porch and just stayed at the same height and just
She was
moved.
tall too.
Yeah.
She was standing right here watching, and when I looked up, I like fully noticed her. And we kind of just like stared at each other for a second, and then she just walked this way, left.
So she saw you.
Like she made
No, yeah, like,
She made contact.
like you, like just like you and I are looking at
Yeah.
each other right now. We were looking at each other, and then she stopped, looked the other way, never looked at me again, and left. But she knows I can see her.
Yeah.
Spirits often do though. I call spirits that were people spirits, and I
Yeah.
call the other ones entities or demons because I believe that's what they are. But oftentimes when I see spirits, it's kind of like weird to say, but they're selfish. They always have something to say. They want to get a message across. She didn't.
Yeah.
She looked at me. She knew I could see her, which probably doesn't happen too often. She acknowledged me, and then she left like she didn't need anything from me.
This was Roger and Carolyn's bedroom, right underneath the middle bedroom.
Oh, wow.
So we got a lot of activity in both rooms.
I see.
You get a lot of activity in here?
Yeah.
Like books flying across and...
Yeah. We've had the same book fall off the... We've caught it on camera twice. Moral Relativity. This book right here.
Yeah, man. See what you're recording here. The boy, for you, boy.
Same book again.
People, wanna comment if you don't want part 2.
Yes, comment and subscribe.
Tell if you don't want part 2.
I see me want 200 likes. 200 likes. That's 200 likes. That's not all I want. 200 likes. People, I eat that. Okay?
Like that.
I eat that.